Hi, welcome to Fontis Insider. I am Kim Bassett, your host. I am really excited for today. If you are a business owner or a business and you would like to have more of those clients and attract those clients that are your favorite, then this is the show for you today. Today on Fontis Insider, coming from Boston, Massachusetts, is Farhana Cannon. Farhana is an international speaker, trainer, and the founder of iMedia Exposure, who supports brands in attracting and converting their perfect client online. Her 17 years of in-depth marketing experience and working with numerous speakers, coaches, lifestyle, and luxury brands has allowed her to bring a unique and profitable outcome to all of her campaigns. Her passion for travel and business, she has created a life she designs, which empowers her and her team to bring the best the world has to offer and helping her clients' businesses to grow. Farhana, welcome to Fontis Insider. Yay!
Hey, Kim, thank you so much for having me on.
Oh, you are so welcome. I have really been looking forward to this because you and I have been connected for quite some time now. And so I've been really excited to have you come on here because, as with Fontis Insider, we are here to help our small to mid-sized businesses to grow. And I think you are just definitely one of those people that can help them do that. So I want them to hear a little bit about your story and what you do, and then we'll go into our great conversation.
Awesome. Well, I am a global social media and brand strategist, and I help brands create marketing plans and execute on those marketing plans so that they can attract and convert their perfect clients online. And I started off my marketing career doing event marketing, and I worked for some large brands such as Kind Healthy Snacks, Moet Hennessy, and we did all of these brands and what I was events for them. And what I was realizing was that at that time, this was 15 years ago, there were certain brands that were utilizing social media to really engage and to connect with their target audience, but some of the brands weren't effectively doing this. And I thought, why not study this and really leverage my background of merchandising and fashion and events and event marketing to really kind of go into that digital space and come up with strategies for this kind of new emerging marketing platform. And I started iMedia Exposure 10 years ago, and I really wanted to help brands connect with their perfect client, really share their story, and educate people on their products and services. And so I've been doing that ever since.
Oh my goodness. So I know I love watching you as you work with others, right? You've worked with me somewhat as well. And you go and you're global. Like you said, you do it internationally. What are some of your favorite clients that you've worked with?
So one of my favorite clients was border tourism for Barbados, because who doesn't like tropical islands?
Yes. So what did you do for them?
So we did their social media content. They partnered up. They did some campaigns with like JetBlue and their Mint service. So when they were launching their Mint service from a couple of different cities in the United States to Barbados, we kind of worked with them on promoting that. They did like an influencer campaign. We ran ads for them. So it was really about how to kind of share what the island has to offer and connecting people with that information.
Okay. One of the things, I do a lot of networking here in Las Vegas. And one of the things that I've noticed the most that people talk about is just their fear of social media. And where do you think that comes from? And how do you work with these small to, mid-sized businesses or boutique businesses that you really specifically like to work with? How do you help them overcome that?
So there's a couple of different elements. I think that there's always fear with the unknown. And we have a team that knows what they're doing and can execute. But also, we really start off with creating a marketing plan. and working and breaking that down. So staying in constant contact with our clients. So as you know, I have weekly calls with my clients so that they know what's going on. We're working and building, creating with them so that we can really get in there and pull their vision out and really kind of showcase what their brand is about, what they're about, what they are looking to accomplish. And breaking down that marketing plan is the first step. And then looking at what goals there are. Some people think, oh, I'm going to post on social media and I'm going to get, so many followers. And quite frankly, there's, millions of people posting on social media. And so it's not just about posting, it's the kind of quality content that you're posting, how you're sharing your story. Is it visually, aesthetically pleasing? Is it capturing the attention of your perfect audience? It could be capturing an attention of people, but it might not be the right people that are actually your products. So it's really about breaking that all down, really figuring out who that perfect person is, what their online behavior is, what kinds of things they're interested in, and then figuring out what your strategy is of connecting with them, getting them to be enticed to leave social media, to go to your website, to maybe sign up for your freebie or to attend an event or whatever that offer is. So it's really kind of about how you entice that person. And so I think the element of fear goes away when you see a roadmap. Like I couldn't be like, hey, drive from Las Vegas to Boston with no map. You'd be like, that's scary.
Yeah, right?
And so, and it's this, and there's, you can ask people along the way, but you don't know if they know what they're talking about. So when you're working with us, like we know what we're talking about, we're walking you through the process. You're also learning about what is going to it's not like behind the curtain. It's like, okay, guys, this is what we're doing. This is what we need to do. It's in our plan of action for like this month. And this is the results we're hoping to achieve with that. And then, measuring that result of saying, okay, we said we wanted X to happen. We did this, but that equation now needs to maybe be shifted up or down because this was the result from it.
Okay. So how do people start to figure out what that perfect client is? Because, that's something that I had struggled with as well.
Yeah, so I think that it takes maybe a little bit of time to figure out what that is because I think everyone starts off and is like, anybody's good. Anybody that wants to buy my product and service, that's cool.
Yep.
And yeah, that's totally cool. Anybody that wants to buy, of course, you're not going to say no unless it's like a completely bad fit. But it's really taking a look at what are the benefits of your product or service and what problems do you solve? So starting off that way, first the benefits, then the problems, and then looking to see who has those problems, who's the number one person that has those problems and that would appreciate those benefits and needs those problems solved. And then you think of, okay, and then there's cost associated to a product or service. So what is the demographic that can and will spend on that thing? They have that problem and they need that to be solved. And I think when you look at it that way, it maybe becomes a little bit easier. And then really breaking it down even further. It could literally be like, oh, well, I know that this person, I can break it down. I like working with these people, or I have a ton of friends, or I know somebody that can refer me to this route. So some of that is kind of playing around with who you know already, what your network is, who you can be introduced to.
Yeah, networking, I think, I've found it's been a big key to business, as well. How are you, is there anything since the pandemic that you are kind of shifting people, it's your clients, right, to do?
Yeah, so I mean, definitely a lot of my clients are speakers and things like that. And of course, now things are opening up and a lot of places are open and back to normal, but we were doing a lot of virtual events. And I think that virtual events are not going anywhere. I think that they're here to stay. I mean, for years before the pandemic, I was doing virtual events, but people are more aware of it. They're more active in them, and it's a great way to get in front of people. You know, for a lot of speakers or coaches, it's a great way for people to kind of say, oh, this person knows what they're talking about, or I like them, and this thing that they are talking about, I need help with that. Instead of just going to a online platform where it's information, um, a virtual event can be interactive. I personally like to do my Zoom virtual events when I can see the audience. There is that setting where you can do it where it's just you speaking and nobody can see each other. But I kind of like the component of being able to see it, the people. So when I go on to these calls, I will talk to people. You know, when I first started speaking on stage, I was super afraid. I told my business coach, I'm not doing it. I'm not getting on stage and I'm not talking to people. And so he asked me. I was so scared. You know, a lot of people are scared of public speaking.
Yes, I know.
And so he goes, well, why do you do what you do? And I said, I really love helping people grow their business and achieve their dreams and live lives that they love. And he goes, okay, so are you committed to growing your business? And I said, yes. And he goes, well, do you know that you can help more people and grow your business faster by getting on stage and talking to hundreds of people at once? And yeah, obviously that makes sense. And I said, okay, sign me up.
Yeah.
And a part of like getting over this fear was being in that stand of being a contribution. So my favorite part of speaking at an event is at the end when people come to the back of the room, they're like, oh my God, thank you so much for saying this thing. I'm going to do that. This is the piece that I was missing, that now this is going to grow my business. Or when people message me later, or when I see them at another event and they were like, oh, I did this thing and like you told me and it made such a difference and now this happened and now I'm bringing somebody else to like, you know, listen to you. And so it's like, wow, like I actually helped them and made a difference. And so that's, you know, a super cool feeling.
Yeah, it's been really fun. And I think that's why I love doing this so much, right? Because, you know, I love celebrating people and what they do. And so bringing, you know, you on here. So, you know, our, you know, couple thousand, you know, customers can see you. They can do it either live like we're doing or, you know, casually, you know, as they on their time because these are recorded. And so I'm grateful to be able to share that. And so I do, you reach a broader audience, and you know, these, you know, when you record something like this, it's evergreen, right? They'll, you know, I've had some of our guests come on and say, oh my gosh, you know, I did this, you know, so many weeks ago and someone just reached out to me, right? And so it makes it's that fulfillment piece, I believe.
Yeah,
So.
you know, actually today I just signed a client and she had gone on to one of my virtual events, I would say maybe 6 months ago. So she's working on a couple of different things and she reached out and she set up an appointment with me and she said, you know, now is the time. Like things are going well for me and now I really need to grow this business and get things in place in the right way. And I don't have time to go and learn all of the components of what I need to do or actually execute and create all of those components and then put it out there in the world. And so she's like, you know, I need your Lux plan. And and it's interesting. It was probably maybe 6 months ago or 6 months ago, maybe that she spoke to me because I remember it being like deep in pandemic when I did that particular event.
Oh, wow. Yeah. And I know you're constantly online, you know, providing value. You have your own podcasts with people that you interview. And so I really am grateful for that. What is one of your biggest successes? And what do you consider success? Because everybody thinks of success as something different.
Yeah, so I don't know So that term is so loose, but
Or so what is success to you?
yeah,
What do you
so I mean, I don't necessarily like some of my things that I'm like most proud of.
Mhm.
You know, I've had my company for 10 years. I created a business that incorporates all of the things that I liked to do as a child. So I feel like I get to play. I've helped, at this stage in the game, thousands of people. And so that's super fun to be able to say that, like, I really made a contribution to people. I've spoken at a bunch of different events helping young girls, and I really like that, and seeing that they look at me and they're like, oh, hey, and especially like minority or inner city girls, and them being like, oh, you look like me. Oh, I can have my own business too. Oh, I can do this too. And like giving them that moment of like, you know, this is possible. Running 3 marathons, being able to live a life that, granted, I work an aggressive amount of hours, but I like what I'm doing. And I get to, sometimes work from Mexico or work from Thailand or work from London or Miami so it's kind of cool that I get to kind of live my life on my own terms.
No, I was hoping that you were going to bring those elements in. So, because I know that about you, right? You're very, active in your community. You're very, you go worldwide and make an impact. That's why I said in the sizzle reel, you live a life by design, and to be that inspiration to those young girls, I know is huge. And I hope that more of them get to see interviews like this, right? Where you're shining brightly and making that impact. Yeah, business, it's important to make, impact with business, but to take it at that deeper level, you definitely have so many layers to you, Farhana. That is just beautiful that I want to make sure people also get to see and shine through on that.
Thank
Um,
you.
yeah. So any new projects, anything new and exciting that's coming out?
So, new projects. I am creating a content creation course. So, helping people really figure out their content calendar. So, I have my 10-week digital marketing plan course where we create that.
Okay.
But I wanted to kind of do something where it was very topic specific, because it's really important to have a content calendar. And those of you that are listening that do not know what a content calendar is, it's essentially your calendar and what you're going to be posting every day, whether it be your posts on social media, your blog posts, your email blasts, your stories, the topics that you're going to talk about. Because if you're promoting a product or service, there's different times that you're going to want to promote this. And there's different things that you can do to grow your brand. So, for example, there are different hashtags that can be trending that you want to maybe utilize, or different quirky holidays. So, like, there's like a National Milkshake Day or International Best Friends Day, things like this, that there are going to be hashtags that you can use that are going to be trending, that you can be kind of found in. So, really kind of making that plan play out, and it's so much less stressful. I think all business owners are like, okay, so we need a post today. Like, what are we posting? But and that's stressful because you have to stop what you're doing, and it could very well take you, 15 minutes to post something, but you have to stop what you're doing, post this thing, worry about what time you're posting, because different times a day makes a difference on how many people are going to view something. If you miss a day, your algorithm of how many people are seeing you drops down. So there's just like all of these different variables. So if you have a content calendar that you know what you're talking about, and you're going to unveil the storyline throughout the week or throughout the month, so you know that part, and then you have all of your content kind of put in there. And I really like focusing on Instagram because it has the highest rate of engagement and action.
Okay.
And so on Instagram, it's also a visually, aesthetically pleasing, important kind of app because you have this feed that can also tell a story rather than just your posts. And so the way that layout, so having your content calendar done in advance with your things, your plan of what you're promoting and what you're going to be talking about done, and then incorporating the content that you're going to have is super important, and it will relieve so much stress. Instead of having to worry what you're going to do every day, you already know, and then you can just build that out, pre-schedule it out, and then you're good to go. Of course, next month you'll do it again. I like to do it in a minimum of 2-week periods of time.
Okay.
I think that is kind of helpful because you have enough content to kind of tell that story and play with it. But I'm going to do a course.
Wow.
It's going to be a 3-hour course where we're going to break down 1 month, plan it all out, and put in some content in there.
Oh, wow. I can definitely see a huge value for that because I know I've seen your content calendar and it's like beautiful and how everything works together. And I think that is a stumbling block for a lot of companies. So that's exciting. Anything? Yeah. Are you going to go back out and start speaking again? I think you have something coming up, right?
I do. I am speaking at the Salon and Spa Convention in Vegas. So that will be my first live event since March 2020.
Wow.
Yeah.
So now, can anybody come to that, or if they happen to be in Las Vegas?
So it is a part of their convention. So you do have to purchase tickets to their convention, and it's part of what they offer. I'm not quite sure on the pricing of that, but essentially they have a bunch of workshops, but it's all going to be focused on the beauty industry. Okay. So I would say anybody that has a business in the beauty industry, there's a ton of vendors. So they show how to do skincare and how to do hair. And so there are exhibitions like that, but then there's a bunch of vendors that you can purchase from and things like that. So I actually used to go to the show with my grandmother when I was younger.
Really?
Yeah. So my grandmother has a hair salon in Boston, and she's had it my whole life. I grew up in this hair salon.
Wow.
It was my weekend job, like not really a job, but I would just go there on the weekends and, sweep the floors and clean the towels and fold the towels and things like that. So it's interesting that I used to go to the show with my grandmother, and she would buy, product, dyes, watch the new trends and hairstyles. And now I got asked to speak there, and I was like, wow, this is pretty cool.
Oh, that has got, it's amazing how life sometimes can go full circle, right? And I did not know that story. So thank you for sharing that. It's kind of fun to have the stories really kind of help share who we are, right? And where we come from. And those are an important part of our story and where we are today. Is there anything else you would like to share with us at this time?
So I would love to offer a complimentary strategy call where we'll go through, websites and social media and kind of making sure that people are on the right track, and I can give some tips on like things that can be improved and how to work some things out. So I would love to share that with everyone. They can go on to my link. It is
there we go.
Yeah, bit.ly/yourstrategy20. And that is where you can book a call with me. I really love to go over, the strategies and help share. I do weekly training, so I do weekly free training. So feel free to go to iMedia Exposure on Instagram, and our link, you can follow us on there. We also have a mastermind group that meets every Tuesday at noon Eastern Standard Time. And Kim is a part of this group as well. And so it's just really a great group. Like, I really love what it has turned into. We all kind of just go and support each other. You can bring questions about what you're working on in kind of like a focus group, get people's feedback, also get referrals. We're always all helping each other with different referrals for different things. So it's really kind of a nice support system. And I love to see kind of the people that are joining. We have some really great people on that in all different areas. And so it's like you get your board meeting essentially with all of these different experts. And it's just like a great experience. So if anybody's interested in that, they can go on to my Instagram page and sign up for it. It's a free mastermind that meets weekly, and it's great to connect and have a support system, because entrepreneurship sometimes can be lonely.
Yes, it can. I'm going to put that in really quick. I wanted to be able to, I was going to put that in. Yeah, our weekly mastermind. Please reach out to Farhana on that. It is a great group of business owners. And it, like she said, it comes from all different backgrounds. And there's a lot of value that really gets put there. But also reach out to her. If any have questions on any of this, reach out to Farhana also at iMedia Exposure. So
yeah, and I just want to leave everyone with these top tips, my 5 top tips. So
good.
Number 1, you want to start off with your marketing plan. Don't haphazardly go out there and try to like pull things out of the hat to like do your marketing. Like have a plan and be strategic about it. Think about what your sales and marketing funnel strategy is, and then start building that out. Start automating things, really create a strategy and work that plan, because I think that we all get overwhelmed when we don't have a plan. We have it in our head. It's not written down. It's like, I got to do this. I got to do this. And even for myself, because you always are creating. And when I don't have these things written down or put in the calendar, it just becomes overwhelming. And then you don't get to it. And then it's like, stays on that to-do list, and it kind of like looms over you like a black cloud, right?
Yeah, 100%.
And then, so 1, marketing plan. 2, creating that sales and marketing funnel strategy and working that. 3, really figure out who your target demographic is. Don't try to speak to everyone. Don't try to be for everyone. Everyone can purchase to like from you, but like really be specific in your marketing. Like there's things that you'll see on the shelf that you might not even need, or see when you're browsing online. You might not even need it. But they do marketing that's so good and so targeted to you that you're like, I like this. I just want it. I don't need it, but I just want it. Right?
Yes, 100%. Yes.
Yeah. And that's kind of the thing. And then when you get this product, so I Love Wellness. It's a supplement company. So I was in Florida, and I was researching probiotics. And then, going on Amazon, looking online, I just wanted a good brand. I usually use Standard Process, but I just was kind of like researching what I could get quickly, because it takes a couple days for the company I usually ship from to get me stuff. So I'm doing this research. I find this company, Love Wellness. They have a membership. So some people might not like a membership, but I really like a membership because I don't remember, it's usually when the bottle runs empty and I'm like, oh, I have to get my supplements, and I don't have the time to like make the phone call or go to the store or, whatever it is. This company sends me them every 30 days and comes in beautiful, like pastel, pretty colored packaging, and they're the cutest names. It's like one that helps with like skin. It's called Glow Up. It's like
fun.
And like they have one called No More Bloat, and so there's like some herbs in there to help you like around like female times and things like that. And so they really took this whole box of pills. You can buy them all individually and buy them one at a time, but in their membership they give you all of these things. And I was like, oh, I need that, I need that, I need that. And so, and I save money if I buy them all. And they're this pretty packaging. The way they present them, it's literally targeted to me specifically. And so I'm now brand loyal to them, and I'm telling you guys all about them. And and I just needed one thing. I ended up buying all of these other things, and now they get my money every single month. And and they weren't trying to be everything to everyone. Like their packaging is feminine. They are addressing feminine issues. And so, they have a melatonin. A guy could buy that if he wanted to. It's fine. Yeah. But it's like a dark, lightish kind of deep purple colored packaging. Normally like
Yeah.
melatonin does like navy blue for like nighttime, but they made it a little bit more feminine. And so in this knowing who your target demographic is, when you specify and people feel like you get them, like you ever, been like, oh, they really get me.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. And so that's the thing. You want your clients to feel like, oh, wow, they really get me. Oh, wow, I really needed this information. Oh, wow, this is going to really help me. That's how you want your clients to feel. Then engaging with them. So not just posting and pouring information out, like asking people, what do you like? What do you want? Reaching out to them, being engaged in their daily life. People, even for like restaurant brands, we will go and engage with people and create events with people, and then they feel like they're part of our community, and they are like, oh, I like these people. They're concerned about what I like and what I don't like. And so going out and really creating relationships with people, and this even works in like what in the location too. So have you ever gone to a place and maybe the food was okay or the drinks were so, but the bartender or the server were like so awesome, and
Yes.
you're not going to write a bad review because the human connection, you're like, this person was so amazing. Like, I'm not going to write something bad about this because, stuff happens. Okay, whatever.
Yeah.
And so that is building that human connection with your audience and knowing who they are, giving them what they need is super important.
Yes.
Then next is having quality, consistent content. So this means doing photo shoots in advance, looking at your content calendar that you did in advance and then doing your photo shoots so that you have content that's going to work for that. If you know that it's Best Friends Day and you want to post a picture of you and your best friend, make sure you have one on deck to post. Or if you know that it's National Chocolate Day and you love chocolates, or take a picture of yourself with some of your favorite chocolates. Maybe tag the brands of those chocolates. Maybe they'll share it on their story. Maybe they'll notice you. Maybe they'll like the photo. Whatever that might be. Plan ahead so that you have the content created and you don't feel stressed about it. And then make sure that you're posting daily. I would only post one post on your feed and then post on your story. So those are like my most important tips.
Wow. I mean, that and everything else you've given today, Farhana, is huge. It is like I literally feel like you just got up and spoke to thousands of people today because the value that you gave, the takeaways are huge. So thank you so much. And again, to get a hold of Farhana, go to Farhana at iMedia Exposure. Go to the bit.ly. We're going to do this. Go to the bit.ly, get a strategy session. If you want to be part of our weekly mastermind, contact her on that. But definitely I would recommend going back and rewatching this whole thing.
Yeah.
And taking notes.
Taking notes, for sure. Take some notes. I have a workshop that goes over this. It's a free workshop. So, feel free to contact me. You can DM me. Our team actually responds to people that DM. You'll get a live human that will answer any questions. And you can find all of this information for our mastermind, for my podcast, for our free events, and for that free strategy call on our Instagram page too, under our link in our bio.
Awesome. Thank you, Farhana, so much. I really appreciate this time with you.
Thank you so much for having me. You're amazing, and I love doing anything that you're doing.
Oh, thank you. All right, everyone. This is the end of Fontis Insider for today. I want to a really special thank you to Farhana. She gave so much value, so many tips. Really go back, watch this, take notes, reach out to her. She is definitely worth your time. You guys have a great rest of your day, and we'll talk to you soon.